Most of this video is going to be silent because I'm listening to some tunes, which would get me into a DMCA, which is a copyright problem. Basically, I'm cheating a little bit, but I learned this in art school. So what's really nice about the Esso figure, Drip, is that he has a black border around him, as you see here. So what you want to do is cut up to that black border. You still do get a little bit of a white edge, but if you take a black Sharpie, go around him and go around the very edge of where you're going to glue this guy to, you get a nice solid black edge. After the Elmer's dries, I'm using Elmer's for this because, let's face it, it's great. What you do is you glue this bad guy down, like I did here, and then you go around it again, look for any, a little bit of glue there, look for any little white spots, take this guy, and make it black. And then this was a breeze to put together, and I did glue it. You don't have to glue it. I like gluing things. It's a thing. I love working with little wood parts like this. It really takes me back to when I was a kid. So yeah, this is an absolutely fantastic little kit. I'm going to, at the beginning of the video, you see me kind of working on getting this guy all, I test fit it, because you got to test fit first, right? And then I glued it all together, and this is a really satisfying kit. This little kit, this is a one-night kit. You know, I figured, you know what the heck, I'll just listen to some tunes on YouTube behind me here, and cut this guy out, put him together. I'm by no means like an expert scenery guy. I got a little bit of glue here and there, a little bit too much on different parts. It's okay. I mean, this is a sign. This was not meant to be like a perfect thing when it was real. So, you know, it's going to have a little bit of dirt. It's going to have some imperfections. That's perfectly okay. I'm going to go around on the areas where there's going to be the black border on the Esso guy here. I'm going to make these black with the Sharpie. I'm going to glue the guy down. I'm going to go over it again in black. And then when everything is nice and dry, I'm going to put all of this together. I am going to glue it together. Again, you don't need to. I don't really feel like this needs to be painted. I mean, it probably could, and it would be and whitewash it. But, I mean, I like the wood. And, man, I'm telling you, the wood smells great, too. It's got, it's laser cut, so it's got that, you know, charred kind of wood smell. That's something that maybe you didn't think of as a bonus, but it's there as well. Gonna lay that thing down there so it can dry maybe a little flatter. This is a really fun kit. I can't say enough about. I love putting models together, and this has really been really super enjoyable. I'm not just saying this because they gave me the kit. This is a lot of fun. I can see I'm going to be talking to the guys about making some other kits because, I mean, just some plain buildings or something to put around your track, because this just, for me, this is the stuff right here. Anyway, guys, going to finish this video up. Thank you very much for Track Scenics sending me this kit. Most of it's going to be just going to drop over some music and enjoy myself because I can listen to my tunes in the background. And I just can't say enough about this. Thank you very much for Track Scenics for sending me these kits. I'm going to be giving away the HO tag kit that I have, and I'm going to be giving away the 1/32 scale, the tag tower kits. I have 2 of them in 1/32 scale and 1/64 scale. I'm going to be giving those away. And if you haven't tried this stuff yet, you can do this. You don't need a knife. I have a knife just to clean up some borders here and there, just to, well, and obviously to cut this guy out, just to do it for my own, you know, enjoyment. You really, these kits just pop apart, as you saw. So trust me, you can do this. You don't necessarily need to glue it together, but you can. I mean, this is just Elmer's. You can get this anywhere. This costs nearly nothing, and it's going to work like a charm on these things. This has been a thoroughly enjoyable kit to put together. I have the other side of this guy drying under the cutting mat. You really should use a cutting mat. And about halfway through the video, I grabbed the cutting mat. This is a little table that I've used for, frankly, most of my videos. It was my son's craft table when he was a little kid, and it's a sturdy little sucker of a table. And yeah, so I'm using this table to put these kits together, put this kit together. This has been absolutely enjoyable. What I suggest for doing this kind of work, and now if you're a hobbyist and you already have this kind of thing, bear with me now. I would suggest some Elmers. They don't suggest that, but you don't really need it. But to me, it just adds to the enjoyment of putting the kit together to have this so I can glue it together. Frankly, you don't need a knife. I like to clean up a little edge here and there. You do need a knife, obviously, to cut the guy out. I would absolutely suggest getting a cutting mat. If you don't have a cutting mat, you really do need one. Not just for this project. You do need one for this project, in my opinion. But it's a really great thing to have. Probably you already have one. And yeah, gonna leave this on top to help the guys dry nice and flat. That's really it. Cutting mat, glue, Sharpie to clean up the white edge around the Esso guy, and to cover up any mistakes. Quite frankly, I made quite a few. I'm not not a perfect cutter anymore. I used to be really good at it when I was in art school. Not anymore. And of course, you need a good hobby knife. X-Acto. This is a Pro Edge knife. It's an X-Acto knife. Any kind of hobby knife is going to work really well for you. I can't say enough about these Track Scenics kits. At the end of the video, you're going to see this thing all put together here. I'm going to let this dry for a couple hours probably. So make sure it's nice and flat. Make sure it's not sticking. Nope, not sticking. A little bit there. Anyway, so there's the Esso guy. I'm finishing this video in a little different way. But this kit is really fantastic. I think that they really have a winning combination of good product, something that's easy to put together. Did I mention it smells nice? Because it's laser cut wood, so it's got a definitely woody smell to it that's very pleasing. This is fantastic, guys, and I think that it's kits like this that we can build ourselves, that come in, a modest number of pieces that do challenge you a little bit, but I definitely think it's something that pretty much anybody can do. I put this guy together in basically one night, and I mean, it took me a little longer than that because I wanted the glue to set. I have another Esso guy that I could put on the back, but I like to have the open space in the back that lets a little more light through, and I'm going to be using this for photography. So for me, I have a little different use than maybe some folks do. And I mean, it's only ever going to be seen from one side anyway in my photos. So, yeah, it's a fantastic kit. It's not hard to put together. You should try one. It's a fun thing to do, and may get you building some more scenery. Thanks to Track Scenics, and see you in the next video.